All right, welcome y'all. We back with another episode of the Squid Games Aftermath podcast. I am your host, DeAndre Player 288, and I have the opportunity to have my first English guest on the podcast, Mr. George, number 20 in the building with the Puma on and the tat showing. Man, how you doing today?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
good today. Okay. So I know you guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving over there, but did you have was it a regular work week for you, or was it just?
See, yeah. Obviously, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I'd like to say, as a proud Yorkshireman in England, we do have like Sunday, well, a Sunday dinner, Sunday roast every Sunday.
Oh well, dang, y'all got Thanksgiving every week.
Fucking every week, yeah, exactly. So when Thanksgiving turns up, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Live that every week, mate. Every week.
Yeah, I mean, look, y'all blessed over there, you know. I mean, y'all eating real
Fucking
good. But y'all don't be putting seasoning in y'all food like y'all supposed to.
See, I don't know where this comes from. We season, and I don't just mean like salt and pepper. I mean like we do liberal. Like I don't know where this comes from. Some people are boring as fuck, but I season my food. I don't know who's eating fucking plain turkey, but I season my shit. My food tastes good.
Okay, well, we gonna have to cook up something soon then, man. They have to put it to the test. I mean,
Fucking too right. I've been put to shame too many times. It's like, what is going on with these people that are on like Lad Bible and that showing us up? It's like, come on, bit of spice. You don't go amiss.
Exactly. Well, we gonna jump right into the meat and grits and potatoes of it all, man. Why did you apply for Squid Games the challenge?
Fucking out, right? So everyone was sort of like asking this question, and everyone had a really valid and honest answer. And I was like, oh, because my friend sent me a link, and I was like, oh, that it'd be funny if I got on. It'd be a laugh if I got on, and then I fucking got on. Initially, I was a backup. I wasn't supposed to be in it, and then on the, did you fly in on the Saturday?
Honestly, I don't even remember which day it was.
Yeah, I got a text. I just finished work. I'm a bin man, but obviously you call it like a garbage man or a trash man or whatever you call them. And I luckily just finished work, and they were like, "Can you come down to London now?" I was like, "Why? You're in the show." I was like, "Oh fuck!" So I've dropped everything I was doing. Obviously, explain this to my mum and my mum and dad. My mum and dad. I was like, I've got to go to London, so I fucking book a train ticket, get there in a haste, and yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was in like a fucking whirlwind from day one. I was like, holy shit! I was like, I told my work, obviously, I might be going on this show. I had to ring them up and explain, and it was fucking chaos. But I was like, what the fuck? I'm on the fucking show.
Wow, that's insane. So you got the call to go to the show the same day you went down there, and you got in the hotel, did all that stuff all in one day?
All in one day. I was like, I'm not passing this up just because I'm like not that planned for it. I was like, I'm fucking going straight down. I am not messing about.
That's insane. Wow. I mean, I've never heard that before of anyone. I heard some people who they were like, they got called maybe a week or so before ahead of time to fly out. But the same day, I would have been like, dang, I gotta take the dog out first.
Luckily, it was the weekend, and I was just fucking ecstatic. I was like, what is going off? I was like, this is how it normally goes. And the woman who rung me was like, no, we don't normally do this, but we've had somebody ring us up and saying they can't make it, so you were first on the list. And I was like, fucking luck or what? I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane, man. That's a blessing. I mean, look, things happen, and you took the opportunity to, say, hey, I'm just gonna try it. Fuck it. We gonna get down here and we gonna make it happen. So that takes a lot for somebody to even do that,
Oh yeah, exactly. I was just fucking. I mean, when the work was all up at like, what were it? It was ridiculous. The work was at like 4 a.m, didn't they? To go do red light, green light. Even then, I was still adrenaline, even though it'd been like 3 days. I was like, what the I was not tired at all. I was like, what the fuck is going off? Like, I'm not saying I was ready. Like, I'm like, I was ready for it and all that. I was somewhere else. Me, I was like, they were like, get on this bus. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like, where are we fucking going now? And they took us all the way to fucking Milton Keynes. in some giant fucking air raid shelter, and we're freezing his tits off. It was fucking cold.
So you knew exactly where we were at.
Oh yeah, we're in Milton Keynes. We were in I think it's an old RAF airbase where they keep giant fucking planes. Obviously not used anymore, but yeah, I knew where we were.
Blimps, like the big blimps they put there.
I'm fuck knows. I assume it's like aircraft carriers, you know, that carry like tanks and jeeps and shit. But I knew when because I saw a sign and everyone was so confused, and I just literally saw this little sign. I was like, "We're in fucking Milton Keynes." Like, I know we are. Like, we're in bumfuck nowhere, pretty much.
Wow. See, yeah, you're probably one of the only people who knew where we were at. So that's, I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's an advantage per se, but it's good to have a familiarity of where you at. So
Oh,
still have a sense of reality.
definitely. Hang on 1 minute. I've still got my Xbox on.
Oh, this man was gaming.
Yeah, I've moved house, so I was like, I've just the first priority was get the Xbox and the TV set up, and then everything else comes second.
I understand, man. That's a priority. You got to keep yourself entertained. So, get on. You do that. Get inside, and then you on the bus, headed out. And so we're about to, it's early in the morning as you talked about, and we're about to get started. And we walk into the room, and we all kind of knew what it was because you could see it from the top, like going in. But when you walk in there for the first time, what's kind of going through your head?
The first thing I wanted to know was, is it set for set? Is it the exact same? And it was, but I was just like, then it finally hit me when those gates slowly opened. And, the camera crew were like, 3, 2, 1, action. And everyone then burst into this fucking giant arena. Like, everyone, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it hit me. I was like, shit, this is fucking for real. This is like the real deal. Obviously, watching the show now, I'm a bit disappointed. I wish it was more reality based instead of like some... I don't know, like quick watch, but at the time it was like, this is fucking mental. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was kind of surreal. I mean, you've seen the show, so it looks exactly like the show. I mean, I was shocked. Every little detail was just like the show, from the towers to the guard to the doll. Like, everything was the same. So you felt like you was in the show. So, as we get started, they give us a little practice round. You get to, test your things out. What's your strategy going into red light, green light?
Oh, first of all, when the cameras were rolling, obviously got to get my face in, so stood at the front. But when it came to the real deal, I was like, I'm not going at the front, because if somebody fucking barges into me, because I knew I had a distinct feeling. I knew they were going to be cutthroat, as in people who the tiniest bit move, they're fucking gone. And I was like, I'm not being put out by somebody who was pushed into me. Because that happened. That all those people. I don't know if you were at the front. I don't know if you were at the sides or what. But I knew if I was at the front. Hang on 1 minute, Mom. 1 minute. Sorry, I'm getting called. I knew if I was at the front, I was going to be out. People got knocked out. Even though I was at the back, I still got shoved into, and that's when I proper was like, I am not getting this far to then lose by somebody shoving me. I was like, that's not happening. So my game plan was find my own little bit, get in a routine, keep my head down, and just try to get through. I genuinely thought we were only going to have 5 minutes, because I don't know if you've explained this, but we were there for nearly 8 hours. And I was not expecting that. My game plan went straight out the window. I was like, fuck, I need to knuckle down. I need to fucking find a groove, get in a headspace, and just blank everything out. The cold, the aches, the pains, and just keep... Because I got to like the 4th hour, and I was like more than halfway. And I was like, I'm not going out now. Nowhere. No,
definitely. If you got to the halfway point, you was like, it was get there, or you might, it wasn't no turning back at that point
Oh
because
yeah, yeah.
if you get out, I feel for the people who got out when they were past the halfway point because you've been there for a long ass time at this
Oh,
point.
fucking long.
It would just be just horrible, you know. I mean, I talked to the guy actually. My first interview was with the 66, the guy who got out last in red light, green light, and so he spent the whole time there and was almost at the
Oh,
finish line, but he didn't make it. So I talked to him about that, and I'm like, boy, you got it, you better than me because I still be a PTSD feeling that. So,
I don't, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know how I made it. I was the second to last, because my legs had gone to sleep and I tried running and I fell and I just laid down and I was like, I either get up now and run or this is it. And it was. I was speaking to, I've forgotten the lad's name. Sound as fuck. But he basically was looking at me. I think he's called Sean. I've forgotten his player number, but we spoke in the dorms as well. And he was looking at me and he was like, lad, it's either now or never, because I couldn't see the clock. And he was like, there's not long left. Get up, run. I crossed the line. It was that close. The staff had to check the cameras. And one of the staff members, because they had like a sideline camera, didn't they? You know, for the whoever. Literally, it was by a split second. And he just turned to me and he went, "You good?" I was like, my fucking heart was just, we're really getting ready to sink. I was like, I have not made it all the way through to get fucking out like that. That is, I was gonna fucking argue like, fuck me, we're gonna kick off big time. I was like, I'm not going out like that. That is not on.
oh yeah,
Like,
it was gonna be World War III. It probably was World War III for some folk out there having to deal with that. That's great
uh,
that you had that kind of like, you know, epic finish because they didn't tell me if I was good or not. I didn't look at the guards. I passed and I was like, I'm assuming I'm good. So that's cool that they gave you a heads up. If you need to do something real quick, I can pause this real quick and you can go do it real quick if you need to.
now we're good. Now we're good. It's all right.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So you make it past in the last waning seconds of the game and you succeed. Congratulations. Player 20 is moving on. He's still alive and well. Well, maybe not super well, but he's alive. So
Yeah.
we get out there and then we, you know, go back to the hotel. Then we get back and
Yeah.
the dorms the next day. So when you first get into the dorms, kind of what are you thinking? Like what's your game plan on after you know, get inside and then get settled?
First off was find a group of people and sort of like just get comfortable, because I knew we were going to be there for a few days. Obviously, time scale for us, there was no clocks. We couldn't see outside. A lot of people, I actually had a few people in Instagram messaging me being like, were you allowed out? Were you allowed? No, it was 24 hours, 7 days a week. You were in that fucking dorm. I hate it to this day. Hated it. It was cool. Don't get me wrong, but hated it with a passion. But when we first got let in, I mean, whoever had the fucking heating on, fuck them, because we went from freezing cold, rainy, drab London day to, come inside where it's warm, but fucking uncomfortably warm. And we had, I mean, if you think, we still had our gear on from the night, well, I say the night, it was the night before, doing red light, green light. So we were we felt awful. Like all of us, we were tired, stank, smelled like shit, hungry. Fucking.
Did you not check the hotel before you got to the bus?
I actually did. I had a bath. I sat in the bath at like 2 a.m. until like 4. Fucking. But you know, when you just feel awful, and you're like, I feel dirty. Like I need a shower. I need to. Oh, that were it as well. Fucking brushing teeth. What was that about? They had us waiting forever. Like, oh my God. I was like, I'm going to need to go to the fucking dentist soon. I need to fucking brush my teeth. Like, come on, hygiene is a big thing. And I was just like, this is fucking shit. This is fucking shit.
Man was going through it. He was like, you.
Oh, yeah. I was.
With the dorms.
I would have rather have been outside again, honestly.
He said, put me on Survivor UK, coach. Get me out of here.
You can tell me about it. But,
well,
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, you get in there, you know, you get used to it. Not a lot of people have mentioned, we haven't touched on this, but it was warm in there. sometimes for
Yeah,
but it was very warm. It was hard to sleep, and they wanted us to keep our clothes on there at night. I did not because I just couldn't do it. I tried, but it was just not happening. So I just
I I stripped off. Like I kept, they gave us that weird. It wasn't a vest. It was a top, but they cut it into a vest. It really annoyed me. That came off. Then the warmers, they were binned. Don't know where the fuck I put them. I laid them about. I think somebody ended up nicking them to make a volleyball. But I was like, fuck that. My clothes just didn't fit. I'm a big guy, but they gave me like triple XL bottoms with a large top. I was like, what's going off? I'm baggy down here, tight up here. Like, come on. I need. So I'm fucking hot. I'm getting a bit like, oh, fucking hell, I need my own space. And I've got clothes that don't fit me. I was like, great, nice one. And then we had those stupid fucking vests on to have the microphones in. They were a fucking pain in the ass. I was like, everything was just a pain in the ass. Yeah, the experience was cool, but oh my God, did I moan like fuck. I still do to this day. I fucking hate it.
oh man, you was complaining all the time, and they was hearing you in the mic, and it was like, we got
Yeah,
this guy.
I
He
was,
complaining. We gonna have to get him up out of here.
I was like, come on, fucking get some food out. I'm starving. Like, constantly doing that. But yeah, it was an experience, but I don't know. I mean, there's talks of him doing a season 2, and maybe.
Maybe okay, maybe so.
Maybe.
What you would do for the 4.56 million? Do a season 2, but we'll see.
Aye.
We don't know yet, but speculation. So we in the dorms chilling, doing our thing. It's a long time we spend in there till the next game, and we get to the point of we are getting ready the night before to go to the next game. And we're going to sleep, whatever, wake up, and it's time to go to the next game. And we walk into the white room, and you see the 4 lines. What's going through your head when you walk into the white room?
I'm going to be honest with you, and I might sound like a bit of a tosser, a bit of an idiot, but I never watched Squid Game before I went on Squid Game.
Huh? What?
Never watched it. So, just an offshoot from that, when I got interviewed to go on the show, they were like, oh, have you seen the show? I was like, no. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, I've never seen the show. And they went, but you know of it? I was like, of course I know of Squid Game. It was fucking everywhere. You couldn't go somewhere when it released. You couldn't go anywhere without being fucking flashed in your face. But yeah, I was like, I've never sat down and watched it. But when I walked into the White Room, I didn't know if it was part of the show or not. I didn't know what it was. But when they said get into teams, I was like, fuck, is this tug of war already? I'm like, fucking hell, I thought we were doing Dalgona, or what was it, the cookie game? I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So I was like, oh, fuck it, put me anywhere. So people were shouting me over, like, oh, George, come over here. Those people that were shouting me over ended up being in the umbrella. So I still got out, but I was glad I didn't have to do the umbrella, because that would have just been like stamp and seal, you going home. I got into the triangle one, but when I say the differences in the cookies were crazy, oh my God. Like, in the White Room, we were there for ages, and we were like, what's happening? What's going off? People were getting agitated, like really getting agitated. Like, it really put it into perspective when we were putting teams that people, like, to go from the dorms and not doing a game for a while, people got close. And I hate the word alliances. There were no alliances. People made friends. We were friends. We weren't doing, like, there were none of that backstabbing shit. Like, people can say what they want in their interviews, but let's be honest, we're people at the end of the day. We're gonna want to talk to people. We're gonna make friends, and that's what people did. So there weren't alliances, but it really did start to. Some people were really starting to get a bit like, I don't know the word, like tetchy, a bit, it really,
like territorial.
Yeah, like sort of like, no, don't come over here, like we don't want you over here. And it were like all right, like fucking hell.
Did you have that happen to you?
No, this is the thing, I kept to myself because I just didn't want to force that interaction. I didn't want to have those conversations. I didn't want to start pissing off the wrong people, because throughout the show, as it shows you, people got eliminated. You know, people had the chance to eliminate others, and I didn't want to give somebody a reason. I wanted people to think of me as oh, he's just quiet, or like, oh, he's all right, you know, he keeps himself to himself. So I was like, you know, fuck that, I'm not getting into any unnecessary arguments. And, you know, what's the point? I mean, you're not there to argue. You, at the end of the day, you're just trying to do your best. I think people who were arguing were really playing up to the cameras, and it showed. I mean, the only thing in the fucking show was people arguing, people plotting, but I just didn't. My original game plan was like be conniving, be deceiving, try and trick people, but I just couldn't do it. I just didn't want to make myself. Even if I didn't really get shown on the show, but if I did, I didn't want to be seen as the you know, the prick. You know, like, oh, look at this fucking knobhead. Like, it's not my forte. But yeah, in that white room, it really drove home the fact, oh shit, this is a game show. Like, people are here, only one can win. So yeah, and obviously when we got into the cookie room, I got the triangle and fucked up the triangle, the easiest shape. The easiest shape. I fucked it up.
So what happened, man? Like when you was in the room, and you know you find out your shape, you guys are second ones in, and you know you feel confident to an extent. Like everyone in your line is telling you, like, oh, like we're good, and you get in there. What's happening when you're doing this triangle?
So obviously the doors open. Play 4-3-2. He was my sort of like captain, you could say, for the cookie thing. We were all told over to run over and hug him, so I was just like, yeah, let's go do it.
You were told to?
Yeah, I was told to. They were like, go run over and hug him. I was like, I'm not gonna hug him. I'll dab him up. Like, I'll shake his hand. I'm not gonna fucking hug him. Like, I mean, I said fair play for getting your door. Like, I wouldn't want to do it because it means you have to, like, if you don't have a backbone and all of you have a backbone, sorry, then you're all going home. You've got to find that weakness and play a 299, was it?
Yep, 299.
Look, I'm not going to start chatting shit about him because it's not easy. It's not nice. But yeah, I won't want to be that guy. So fair play. So I said, you know, fair enough. But 4-3-2, fuck him. He's a prick. He is. He's a tosser. Like, he is. He's a tosser. Like, the interviews on the show that he did. Oh, fuck me. Like, like, no, I would not want to be that guy. Like, fuck me. If I was him right now, I would be fucking terrified of the amount of shit I'd be getting online because he's getting colossal amounts of shit. I've had people ask me, is he really a tosser when the cameras are on? I'm like, the cameras were on all the time. So yes, he was a bit of a prick. Some of the chip on his shoulder, but I was happy he got the triangle. Like, I wish he'd gone for the circle, but we got the triangle, didn't we? So, but look, you get people like that, and fair play to him for being, you know, I want to win and all that lot. That's not why I think he's a prick. I think he's a prick because he just says some dick. I just think he said some certain stuff. I mean, on the show, it's not shown at all, but like, they were quite derogatory towards women. Sometimes, I mean, some lasses might think, no, when I spoke to him, it was sound. But I mean, every time I heard him talk, it was like a knife fight. Every time somebody said something, he had something better to say. You couldn't have a conversation. It's like if you told me you went to, I don't know, the fucking Grand Canyon. If I was player 4-3-2, I'd go, oh yeah, but when I went to the Grand Canyon, we did that. It's like, mate, can you not just appreciate the fact we're having a nice conversation? You know, I'm talking about things that I've experienced, and then you can tell me about your experiences. You don't have to jump in and try and one up me. You know, we're not children. We're not in a playground. You know what I mean? It's not high school. You're like, oh, I did this, you know, and just constant. Like, he couldn't take banter either. Like, he really didn't get British banter, and it really fucking made me laugh. Like, we in Britain, we call each other cunts all the time. We swear at each other. We give each other colossal amounts of shit. I mean, fucking hell. I'm in a WhatsApp group with some of the people from England, and I'm getting shit off them, and I don't even know them. But it's not an unnatural thing. It's a normal, quite healthy thing. But for him, you know, he liked his praise, and I don't know. I was just a bit like, come on, mate, just chill out. You know, I get you want to be that guy, but just fucking relax. He was constantly fucking on edge. Like, I mean, in the show, he's sweating in the dorms. Like, it was hot, but it wasn't sweaty hot. And it was like he was nervous all the time. It's sort of like he had to be the macho man. And it kind of was just like, stay away from him because he's going to fucking pop and he's going to go down like a fucking sinking ship because you can't be like that. You can't. But
No, I think in a game like this, it was not. If you're trying to win the money, it's not beneficial for you to kind of put yourself out there too much. You can, be yourself, go around talking.
oh yeah,
It's very talkative, but you shouldn't. I don't think try and rub people the wrong way. If you're trying to win, you're actively trying to win. Now, some people had different mindsets and going in like, I'm just want to make good TV. I want to make a name for myself. I want to do some other things that I'm not putting words in his mouth on what he's trying to do because I have not spoken.
no.
But maybe he had some ulterior motives on what he really wanted to. So he knew like, okay, let me do this, say this, behave a certain manner to where that's going to help. And he did get the most airtime out of anybody on the show. Well, one of the top 3 people, the most airtime as we've seen so far. So in those regards, yes, it definitely helped him in those regards.
Oh,
And you never really know someone's true intentions really on screen until you talk to them off. And yeah, that's how that is. But I definitely think regardless if you're on screen or off in 2022, 2023, you got to treat people with respect. That's just how I operate.
yeah.
But that's
You don't. I mean, you don't. You give someone respect, like it's just a normal thing. And when you meet somebody new, just be polite. I just don't get these people that are just constantly like from the get go, like, oh, I don't give a fuck about you. It's like, hey, that's a fucking pretty out there like thing to be like. Like, do you just not experience new things? Do you not talk to people? Like, it's like, are you shut off, or do you want them to do something for you before you do something for them? But it did get the most airtime. But if I'm being honest with you, you know what I mean? If it fucking walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it probably is a fucking duck. I mean, he looks and walks like a fucking plant. Like, from the get-go, people were like, oh, Netflix have defo put him in there. Like, and I believe it. I mean, I'm not one for a conspiracy theory, but I was like, come on, nobody fucking actually acts like that. Get gone.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I can second with you. I mean, me and him, we're similar people. Like we both played college football in the States. We're both 2 brothers out here. We both light-skinned brothers, and we're similar height. Like he's a little taller than me. And so I thought it was like, oh, this is gonna be my homie. Like I saw him, but I've been around similar characters and whatnot, but just obviously not on camera and a TV screen per se.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, nah, he's because I understood the sense of like his sense of humor and whatnot. Like I understood his banter. Like it wasn't translating well to a lot of people, but I could see it. Like he wasn't 100% serious all the time, and I wasn't around when some other things were said, so I can't really speak on that. But I definitely was like, man, this doesn't turn off though. Some people, turn on, turn off. It was on.
Yeah, like I spoke to him one-on-one in between. I mean, in the dorms as well, but in between, like us transitioning. When we were doing the walking up the stairs, we were doing them shots. I was stood with him, and I've forgotten his name, forgotten his player number as well. Tall lad, and he was I think he was from Queens in New York. I can't remember. Telling me loads of places to visit because obviously I want to go to New York. Who done? But you were right. He doesn't switch off. He does not switch off. Like he was just openly dissing like New York as a whole, and I was like, mate, I'm just trying to have a conversation. Like, come on, switch off. Cameras out here. You can stop being this guy. But I get his banter, being dry with people, being witty, being on it, sharp tongued. I've grew up with that myself. I mean, fucking hell, Luan. You know, we've all been to college, we've all been to school, we've all had those type of people where they're just fucking non-stop giving you shit, and you put up with it because it's funny. You know, the jokes on other people, it's on you. But I was like, mate, come on, fucking hell, shut up.
I agree. I mean, look, I 100% understand what you're talking about, and it's like, I only those people can act like that if they know you, and nobody knows each other in here. So I think
Yeah,
doing that all the time, it wore on some people. You know, I mean, it wore on some people, and in that with the specific thing we were doing with that many people, it's like, bruh, like, what is happening? Like, what is
yeah.
happening?
That's what I thought. That's why I was like, is he in here just to rub people up the wrong way? I was like, what the fuck is going off? Because like, I was like, mate, you're gonna get a fucking crack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone's gonna fucking hit you. And there were a few people who was like, mate, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna hit you. Like, I'm gonna give you one. And I was like, yeah, fuck that. When that kicks off, I'm not fucking being there. I'm fucking not getting kicked out because someone had a punch up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let somebody else like
Nah.
take me out because I can't control my emotions. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
we can have a verbal altercation at a point. But at the same time, the whole game consists. I could tell like you just didn't want to be on people's bad side because
Nah.
if you've seen the show, the person who people didn't like, they were like, all right, this person got to go. Like we don't want to help this person. We don't do nothing. So it was gonna have to be
Yeah.
involved with that as well. And that it just doesn't help. So whether you were there for the money or not, whatever your reasoning, like I guess that had a I guess people's reasoning for doing the show, ultimate reasoning, because you go in there with the chance to win. Of course, everybody wants to win the money,
Yeah.
but like my alter reasoning was I was talking to so many people because I wanted to network. I want to see, oh, what you doing here? Like, oh, when I go to England, I want like let's meet up. I might have a place to crash, or if I go to Spain, like you can help me here, or you doing this, I'm business thing, I might be doing that as well. So that was my thing. I was trying to
Yeah.
people's brains on what they were doing, and if I didn't win the money, which I'm eliminated, I wanted to be able to kind of network and have other people. I could work off some people, learn from
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
help this, that, and the third. I never know where something could take you. So that was my ulterior motive, but I wasn't there to kind of make a fool of myself on TV. So
See, for me, I think I was like almost, when I say normal, I don't mean normal, I mean ordinary. Like, I have an ordinary job. I earn ordinary money. I don't need 4.5. Well, yeah, I don't need it. Would I like it? Of course, it's fucking 4.5 mil. Like, who would not want that ridiculous amount of money? But do I need it? No. Would I like it? Yes. I'm quite happy with the way I am. And I think going into the show that helped a lot because there was a lot of people that were like, no, I need it, getting dead, like, and it was like, really? Like, there's a lot better ways. I mean, there's no better way to earn 4.5 mil, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot better ways for you to, get where you need to be instead of doing reality fucking shows on Netflix. Like, that's a big thing. But hang on 1 minute, somebody's shouting me.
no, you're good. I'll pause real quick. You good. But yeah, I completely understand where you coming from, and I don't think you should go somewhere or do anything where it's like I need this, or else it's like I don't know what's next. That's a very dangerous place to be. I mean, of course, you said everyone wants it, but needing is a whole different mindset. And
I think it backed certain people into a corner of not being approachable because they were like had the game head on all the time. Whereas me, I like you, I wanted to meet people. I have nothing to network. Like, I don't have an Instagram. I don't have thousands or millions of followers. I'm literally, some people might watch it and go, oh, look, there's him from my school. But I just wanted to meet people from across the world, especially in the world. I knew there were going to be a lot of Americans. So I was like, why not? Why not meet? Like, the chance I do get to go to America, I could drop a text to somebody and be like, I'm here. Like, oh, let's, take me around where you like to go, where your best spots are, stuff like that. And I think in the grand scheme of things, that just creates, like, if I was doing my own thing in London and somebody dropped me a text, oh, I'm in London too. Oh, and then it found out more people are in London. I was like, oh, shit, we can all get together and fucking reminisce and talk and chat shit. Like, I just saw it as a good thing for that, and like just making friends. Like, who's not going to remember the fucking people they met in London doing this stupid fucking TV show? You know, it's a lifelong thing. It's like, even though it might not be a big hit or it might not be as huge as some people expected it to be, it's a lifelong thing, and these people stay with you forever. I mean, there's friendships to this day. I mean, I can name two. There's a lad called Mulak, and he's from pretty close to me.
Yorkshire.
You what? Sorry.
Yorkshire.
Yeah, Yorkshire. Yeah. So he lives in Hull. Originally, I don't know where he is now. He does loads of different stuff, but he's one of them. I think he met up with a few people not too long ago, like that. I mean, he's making friends and stuff like that. But there were two lasses, Cecilia and Sophie, and they're like the best of friends. Like, honestly, they get on like a house on fire. It was so funny to watch them talk to one another and just be like around them, because they were just constant. Like, it was nice. It was a good break from where you actually were. And I don't know if you've interviewed him yet, but get Mutty to play a 200.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna get him on. We working on getting him, but he's a good dude. I had a long talk with him before
Yeah,
he got eliminated.
yeah.
And he told me everything, about his daughter and all these other things and whatnot. So he's definitely a high class dude.
Sound guy. Honestly, I couldn't pick a bad thing wrong with him. It was so nice and welcoming, and to say he got round everybody and spoke to everyone. He had the most time of day for everyone. I never felt like he was cutting someone short or being rude. He was the most genuinely nice guy I've ever met. And to this day now, we're in a WhatsApp group, and he's so active. He's so proactive. He's constantly got something good to say. He's never got a bad bone with anybody. It's so, like, in this day and age, it's really rare to me. I mean, they're all good. I mean, I'm making out like these people in this WhatsApp group aren't good people. They fucking all are. Don't get that wrong. They are all really nice people. But Mutty's like the prestige of like, oh my god, he's a fucking genuinely nice guy. So
yeah, man.
he should have stayed in the show longer.
Yeah, it was disappointing. How he got sent out. I am doing, once everything's wrapped, I'm doing a little private video on my opinions on the vote outs and all of them. Just a teaser for some people if they're interested in my thoughts, but I'll post that later. But yeah, it was very sad to see him go. He was one of the high class people in there that I was just like, nah, this ain't happening. But that's the game, man. So, you mess up the triangle, unfortunately. You get back to the hotel, and then you're about to, well, you don't even have to take a plane home, but you're on the way home. What's kind of going through your head after all that happens?
So the cookie breaks, everyone leaves. I'm covered in this fucking stupid, and it stunk as well. I don't know if about you when yours went off, but mine's reeked of like wet dog and fish. Awful. Yeah, awful. I was like, what the fuck is this on me? So I was like, can I get a shower? And they were like, no, you're going back to the hotel. I was like, oh, great. So now I've got to sit in it. Thank you. Right, brilliant. So we're all rushed into the back. There's a few people. I've forgotten his player number, but I think he was from Holland, and he were really upset. And we were just sort of all like, getting round each other, and we're like, no, it's okay, don't worry. Honestly, it was upset. He didn't make it further, but we're all just sort of like just being like, fucking well done for even getting on the show and getting past red light, green light. That was fucking impossible. But we were just sort of like rallying round, and we were like, don't worry about it. We can and when I said, oh, by the way, to a staff member, I says, at this hotel, is there a bar? And she went, yes, there is a bar. And I was smiling ear to ear. I was like, thank fuck for that. Get some fucking down, get a pint, get a pint of vodka. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to drink. You know what I mean? Like, it really goes to show how unhealthy you are when it's been like a week without you having a touch of alcohol, and you're like, get me a fucking drink quick. I actually got out with a lad called Chase, player 456. Me and him were having a convo. He's a really nice guy as well. Gotta get him on. He's really interesting. But me and him, it was like, what's the drink around here? You know, it was like, what should I have? And I was like, oh, I'll fucking get you some bits. I'll get you some bits and bobs. Few stuff you don't have in America though, alcohol wise. And what you don't like have much of our stuff over there. There's similar,
We have a
but
lot of things, but it's like it was a little different over here. So just we don't know like the brands. Like you guys don't really not the Coors Light or Bud Light. Oh, they have Bud Light over there.
yeah, what is with Americans and light beer? It's shit. It's shit. I like Coors Light. If there's beer on tap and I'm looking round and I can't think of what else to have, oh, get us a Coors Light, pint of Coors Light, sound. But like, go to and Bud Light. Why? Just get a heavy drink. Just get a normal beer.
Capitalism is the king of United States, and that is advertised the most. Therefore, people go to it the most. That's my theory. I'm a cider drinking person. That's just what I.
Oh, do you like cider?
Liquor. Yeah, I love cider. So I drink ciders and hard liquor. So
Yeah.
go for like the regular beers and whatnot. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't
I'm
like beer. So
I'm like a Disaronno sort of drinker. I like my spiced rums as well. And ciders. I like not just a fruity cider. I love proper scrumpy, like dirty cider. I love that. I'm all over that shit. But beer, yeah, I'm not the biggest beer. I mean, I'll have a pint. Who don't like having a beer sometimes? But like light beer, come on, you do better. In America,
hey, you ain't talking to a beer aficionado over here. I'm like, just skipping all that. So maybe I have to get somebody else to talk to you about that.
I've seen TikToks where American fridges in like shops where it's just wall to wall different brands. I'd have a fucking field day. I think I'd end up getting alcohol poisoning if I was in America. Like genuine. I'd be drinking that shit all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a business at the end of the day, But so yeah, you seem high, good spirits in anything sense, like you were.
Yeah.
You're not dwelling on anything, so that's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
How do you reflect on your time, kind of in there and whatnot?
I'm really happy. I mean, I wish the show had shown a lot more people. I feel like there was a lot more people that had a lot to give and were a bit. And this isn't me shitting on people who were in the show, or had interviews. I just feel like there was a few more interesting people I would have liked to have seen. Just a lot. I feel like a lot more people had something to give to the show. I feel, and this is no diss on Americans, but where were the British people? Where apparently, when I looked on the show on the Tudum Netflix website, apparently there were a lot of like different nations in there, and I was like, well, where were they shown? I remember speaking to Spanish people, Spanish person, player number 2. That's the only one I knew. But fair, there could have been more. But I know there was. The Spanish. Yeah, there was.
There was some French. Lorenzo in there, but he represents Italy and the UK.
Yeah.
There was someone from Japan, Nayo Kenza.
This is what I mean. Didn't even get to like experience, and this is the only thing I regret more is not speaking to these people. That's it. And I wish
you can connect with them in the WhatsApp if you really want
to. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like, while I've been off from the show, it's just life's just been dead busy. Just life, innit? Just got to crack on. Like, I never had a problem with that after the show, though. Like, readjusting to, going back to normality. If anything, I welcomed it. I was a bit like, I'm ready to not leave it behind, but like I was when my cookie did break, I was fucking pleased is another word. I was ecstatic. I was like, I finally get to go home. I'm from the north in Yorkshire and I'm in London. You know what I mean? I like London, love it, but trust me, I like my own fucking bit. Like,
man.
Yeah, I'm happy where I'm from. So I would just. I think my best moment from the Squid Game was the hotel afterwards.
I like that. That's a good. I like your
Yeah,
perspective, man. You real classy and you stand by your morals, and I can tell you a guy that stands on, everything that you believe in. You're not backtracking from none of that, regardless if 100 people disagree with you. This is how
yeah,
you.
yeah.
So I like that. I like that a lot, man. We need more people like that around here because everybody's jumping on hype trains and they like this and like that, but you real
That's,
to speak your truth, and more people need to be like that. I think.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying to people be like, well, one of them things like you just said. I'm not like, oh, be like this person or do this. Just aspire to be the best version of yourself. And nobody's perfect. Trust me, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, and do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm really not like the guy to look up to, and I don't think anybody should be the person to base your entire self off of somebody. But if you've got something you want to do and you want to do it, then you should do it. So, oh, sorry. What?
Those are some excellent parting words, man. I know you. Don't worry, we almost done. We almost done.
Yeah, it's all right. Go on. I'm talking. Go on. It's all
But
right. They've made me dinner and it's cold, and they can't wait to tell me.
you good? You good? Well, I mean, we almost out of here. That was some great parting words, actually, man. To wrap this up, I appreciate you coming on a lot, George. I know we
Yeah,
didn't
don't worry.
talk a lot. I know we didn't get to talk a lot in the show. We spoke a couple times. Like I went by, and I remember introducing myself to you because you
Yeah,
very
I
sweet.
remember. I remember you from. Funny enough, I remember you in the bar at the end in the hotel, and I remember because you were the first to pick the doors, weren't you?
The second group.
Second group, that's it. Yeah, and I could just see the disappointment on your face. I were fucked off. I was like, why would you not just like come on? A few people did the umbrella. It was like, because didn't
Okay,
you have?
I'm not gonna get into the conspiracy theories on what happened during the umbrella. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say that on here, but
Nah,
you.
nah, leave that. That's a special bit. That's a special
I'm
bit.
gonna leave that off. But the umbrella, yes, it's doable. And I'll put it like this. I'm gonna make this quick. If it was me in the very first group, I had my mindset. Look, if there's 5 seconds left, I'll pick the umbrella. I'm somebody who thinks I can do whatever I need to do. I can do whatever shape. But when the people in the line came up to me and I saw their faces and everyone was in terror and fear, I felt like I had to put them on my back, and I wasn't gonna set. I wasn't gonna either have to. I either told myself, look, I'm gonna win this money or I'm gonna die on my sword with for somebody else. And after everyone's kind of like, like they just had these doubts, I couldn't do it. I was thinking about everybody else, and maybe I should have been more selfish looking back, and
The thing is,
think about myself.
the
But
thing
that's
is,
what was I thinking about?
the thing is. Sorry for interrupting, but the thing is, right? I swear you got to your door first.
I did.
Yeah.
A whole little thing about
Now,
that. It was.
now, me being me, I would have been the same as you. I'm not changing. Why? I did my bit. I got to. So on the back of that other person, but like you said, not going to get into it. But I would have done the same as you. Do or die. You either pick that door or we fucking go home.
Yeah, I mean, the rules that how we decided to ultimately pick the little race, people weren't following that rule. And why do I have to sacrifice if I did my part and we all agreed to this little thing?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. So that was another thing I had an issue with is
If
like, dang, like I went to circle, then triangle, then even went to star. So I'm sacrificing myself. Somebody else got to give a little bit too. So
yeah, if you're looking at it like from my perspective, it was more selfish of them to then let everyone else die. That's my opinion. Now, if the people don't like that opinion, that's fair enough. But I feel like just to go out on the basis of you don't like it, so everyone must pay, bit childish. Just do what you can, and if you don't like the result, you make the best of it. If looking back on it, I would have gone, well, I should have been faster in the race. I should have done this better. I should have done that. Hindsight's 2020, but you've just got to go off of what you're given. So, make do what you've got.
Yeah, take responsibility for your actions and take responsibility for what you did. We all agreed on something that wasn't the case, and then we're all switching. You're gonna switch your mind. I mean, I'm actually having a talk with the one who finished last in the race later on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick. That might be a little hostile for me, but
Nah, do it. It's good questions at the end of the day. It's not an opinion. It's
I'm
just a
not shying,
question.
yeah, I'm not shying away from anything that's controversial or whatnot. I mean, that is what it happens, and I'm gonna speak my truth and the truth. Period. So that is what it is. But hey, man, I appreciate you having you on the show once again. You are a great guest, one of my favorites so far, because you keeping it real. You ain't
There we go.
sugarcoating nothing, and I appreciate that, man. So once again, I hope you have a blessed rest of the year, man. Keep doing what you're doing, striving for new things, bigger and better. This is just a small step in your journey. I know, and you have a long ways to go. You're one of the youngest people in the show, so
Yeah.
definitely you got a lot of promise, man, and I like your vibes too, so keep that attitude and you're gonna go a long ways, man, whatever you're trying to do.
No, brilliant. Thank you. Cheers for that, mate. Honestly, no, it honestly means a lot. When you invited me on, I was like, oh, mad, I'll do this. Yeah. So yeah, no, thank you. I hope everything you do as well goes like to plan. I think what you're doing is awesome. Like it's something I'd love to do, but I'm just glad to be a part of it. I really am. That's my like the whole basis on it. Just glad to be a part of everything.
Yeah, man, I mean, look, you're 30, no, 21, 22.
Fucking 30.
You're not 30.
Yeah. No, no, I'm 22. I'm bald. I'm
Yeah.
balding, but I'm 22.
See, I'm 10 years older than you, man. So almost 10 years older than you. And so it's like you'll have time to kind of like do different things for a while, test out new things, try this, try that, and you never know where it's going to take you. I mean, I only started doing the content stuff this year, and mainly because of the show. If it wasn't for the show, I
Don't
probably
blame
wouldn't
you.
be doing all this stuff in general. So I've been wanting to try it, and I was like, people on the show did a lot of something similar things. I was like, look, let me just go for it because everyone's
I
giving me this
mean,
confidence. And
I'm not going to plug it because I feel that's really rude. I started a YouTube and then, well, not for the show, but I had a
okay,
YouTube.
plug it. This is about you, man. Plug it.
Oh, mate, it's called Broken Men. So capital B, capital M, all one word. It's that bad. You have to search it by channel. Like go into the search bar, refine search, go by channel, and it's two stick figures, something like that. Can't remember, but yeah, I started that way before the show, and I, like you said, with content, I love editing. I think it like relaxes me almost. Not so much doing the video, but editing it. So each to their own, I guess. But I'm glad you're doing what you're doing because it's really interesting. I love podcasts and everything to do with that world. So it's my cup of tea. That
Excellent. We'll check out the other episodes then
I
too
will
while
be.
you have some free time. But yeah, we got to get out of here, y'all. It's been a blast. Signing out, player George, number 20, George, and me. We'll see y'all next time. Peace and blessings.
Yeah, but